Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2, Leading Through VUCA When the World Won't Sit Still. I sat down to write this second episode, and I was struck by a simple truth. We are all living in a world that feels louder, faster, stranger, and more unpredictable than anything we grew up with. Things are just changing that fast. If episode number 1 was about grounding in a holistic, integrated life, today's episode is about why that matters now more than ever. Because as leaders, parents, partners, business owners, and human beings trying to navigate the noise in this world, we're living in the season the military first named decades ago VUCA. Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. And whether we want to admit it or not, we're swimming in it every day. This concept hit home for me long before I ever knew the word VUCA. I was 12 years old. It was 1980. And the economy was collapsing faster than anyone could process. My dad sold swimming pools for a living, and because of the prime rate suddenly shot up to 21.5% almost overnight. That's not a mistake. It was 21.5%. No bank in America would issue a loan for a swimming pool. Not a single one. One day, my dad had a career. The next day, he didn't. And our family went from a house full of parties and friends to a house full of stress, confusion, and the humbling reality that everything can change in a moment. My dad pivoted, hustled, and did whatever he could to take care of us. My mom started cleaning houses, and I started mowing lawns to contribute. Needless to say, it was hard. And I didn't know it then, but the season planted the seeds for the work we do today. Because every leader, like every family, hits moments when the world stops behaving the way it used to. And when that happens, we need a framework, a way to understand the chaos, a way to lead through it rather than be swallowed by it. That's where VUCA comes in. Let's take a look at what it means at a deeper level. VUCA stands for volatility, rapid, unpredictable change, uncertainty, the future is unclear, and confidence false. Complexity, too many moving parts, too many variables, and ambiguity, lack of clarity, precision, and definition. In calmer times, all of these are low. Predictability is high. Confidence rises. But in seasons like 1980, or 2000 with the dot-com crash and 9/11, or 2008 with the housing crash and the Great Recession, or 2020 with COVID, or frankly, right now, VUCA isn't just a temporary moment. It's the air we breathe. Leaders today are dealing with this nonstop. Markets shifting overnight, technology accelerating faster than we can adapt to it, especially AI, global conflicts that affected every local business, changing customer expectations, team dynamics in constant flux, and let's be honest, the complexities inside our own lives are no less real. Marriage, parenting, health, faith, life transitions, the quiet storms no one else sees. VUCA is personal. It's not going away. So what do? This is where living a life more holistically as a leader matters. This is why competency matters, why capacity matters, why resilience matters. Because in a VUCA world, reactive leaders crumble. Proactive leaders rise. And not because they're superhuman, not because they have perfect systems or perfect teams, although they're working on those. Not because they've mastered every external challenge, but because they've upgraded their internal operating system most of all. They've learned to slow the chaos inside so they can lead through the chaos outside. They've cultivated their capacity, emotional resilience, clarity under pressure, and specific leadership skills. 5 of them, actually. And they've developed a non-anxious presence, the kind of groundedness people feel the second you walk into the room. It's the kind of presence that puts people to ease and makes them feel safe and more confident. You know what I'm talking about. You've been around those leaders. And it happens just because you're in the room. This is what separates leaders who survive from leaders who thrive in life, in business, and in the relationships that matter most. Why does this matter to you? If you're watching this episode, it's because you already know a profound truth. You can't navigate today's world with yesterday's tools. You felt the stress of volatility. You've lived through uncertainty. You've confronted complexity and you've wrestled with the ambiguity. You know there has to be a better way than white-knuckled leadership. And there is. And in the future episodes of the Leadership Contrarian, we'll unpack the individual pieces of VUCA and some tools to counteract their impact on your leadership, your team, and your family life. Because in a VUCA world, your leadership doesn't have to shrink. Your capacity can grow, your resilience can deepen, and your life can become more integrated, not less. And you can do all of this with more confidence, more clarity, and frankly, more joy without adding more to your plate, especially when leadership already feels overwhelming at times. As we come in for a landing, what I want to underscore is this. Even in a challenging economy with lots of VUCA, your leadership can be more stable, more human, and more profitable. And it's worth the effort. I've seen it over and over again for the last 20 years. In the next episode, we're going to look at how to start building in some resilience to all 4 parts of VUCA by beginning to unpack the 5 core leadership competencies that are essential for thriving in today's VUCA world. We'll start with an overview to introduce you to the concepts and why they're relevant enough for you to invest your time. Think of it as leadership strength training, except it'll be fun. Now it's your turn. If this message hit home for you today, would you comment down below? Tell me the moment in your life or leadership when VUCA hit hard. Tell me the part of your journey where volatility, uncertainty, complexity, or ambiguity felt overwhelming. And if you made it this far, tell me which part of VUCA you want me to go into more detail about. I read every reply to the best of my ability. And if you're the leader of a company and a team of 10 or more people, and you'd like to talk about how you can take your leadership to the next level and remove yourself as the bottleneck, then click the link below and set up a time to talk with us about how we can help you and your company grow. We're good at what we do, and we love to see you succeed. So, until next time, I'm Michael Redman. Stay grounded, stay growing, and God bless. Thank you so much for watching.